So, so what's up, guys? How you guys been? Different setup. This time I decided to choose the living room today. It's a bit early in the morning, so I'm not trying to wake up my family members. They're still sleeping, but I just wanted to drop by today and talk about something very, very important and very, very important. I actually have a story to tell you guys. I have a story to tell you, right? So the other day I was at the gym, right? I was working on legs. Your typical leg day. Have you ever had a bad day at the gym combined with crowded people? Put it like in a weird Mexican bowl. Oh, that's the worst. So so basically I ran into a problem, right? So you know how you're working on your quads and and for anyone who goes to Planet Fitness will know that like all you really have is Smith machine. So that's really I work with. But occasionally you probably grab a barbell and maybe do some squats over that to try to get some trying to increase the tensions on your legs or optimal mobility, just to kind of be flexible. How can you not? There was this dude there, right? And I don't want to sound like an asshole or anything like that, but yo, hogging on the barbell bench, right? So I wanted to grab the 40, and he said, "Oh no, I'm using it. You can use the other one." I looked down, and it was the easy curl. He gave the most nastiest attitude, and I'm just sitting here sir, are you okay? Like, did something happen to you? Like, and then he's on his phone, and it's like, I don't know, people, man. I don't know. It's like people like this people like this are nothing more than bitches in my eyes. It's like if you go to a gym, you gotta hog on some sort of like equipment, and then you're gonna be on your phone on top of that. You're not putting in the work. You still look the same. What did you really improve on? What did you accomplish within your time at the gym? Absolutely nothing. Man, when I said that, man, when I was like disappointed, I was very disappointed. Now, obviously, I was able to accomplish leg day, what I'm saying, was just doing some squats and so what of leg extensions, but that's not really the point. But I just wanted to like get that out my system or something like that. Like that's kind of been bothering me, but yeah. I wanted to talk about today, like this book I've been reading. It's called Dark Manipulation, right? I wanted to I wanted to like teach you guys, or at least educate you guys on some few things I've learned so far, and some things that what I would say, what I would say is okay or it's not okay. And one particular thing I've learned in the book is always about like body language and really how people see perspective. Like, have someone ever talked to you and they always hit you with some sweet talk philosophy? Like what do I mean by sweet talk? Sweet talk, blue pill philosophy. They're calm to you. They're talking to you in a very nice gesture, and they're trying to convince you something because what you may be doing is good, but in reality, that's not the true intention. So what I usually do is that I just say, "Oh, I'm sorry. Can you repeat yourself?" They're gonna try to repeat themselves, and I usually try to give like a a expression like the way how I usually do is that like if I know somebody, especially on the streets is very funny, but once you But once you kind of understand on how they once you understand how they move in terms of their body language, you realize, oh, I got something for you. Now, in these situations, 99% of the time, especially if you're in the hood, these guys are scammers and they're trying to scam the fuck out of you in any way, shape, or form, right? That's their whole intention. They're not your friends, not your homies, none of that. The first, you know what I'm saying? Now, of course, you can always resort in fighting, which personally I would end as well. But if we're able to talk our way out of it, right? If we're able to talk our way out of fighting, then we want to fight. That's it. How do we do it? Now, in no way, shape, or form, I'm no psychologist or physics or anything like that. I'm no professional in this. I'm no professional anyway. Don't so don't take my full words from it. Like, try to take this with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying, just trying to keep open mind, be optimistic, and do your own research too, man. You know what I'm saying? Want to make that very clear before anyone use this as out of context and I guess somehow thrown under the bus. Like, right? So usually I just say, "Oh, can you repeat yourself?" or anything like that. My best option is simply just keep walking. If you don't recognize the person, if you don't recognize their voice, if you don't recognize the person at all, just keep walking. Have headphones on, just keep walking. If someone's trying to stop you, move them out the way, keep walking. That is literally the best option you can think of. But there's always a but. How far will you go until they keep walking? Because sometimes some people won't stop, and they may even potentially follow you into your home, in your apartment, and that could be dangerous. Because again, you don't know these people have guns, especially, and in this and in this country and in the USA, it's not common to own a firearm that easy, but it is. So unless you got ways to defend yourself, by all means. But in this case, I wouldn't go that far. So let's say, for example, as well. Now, usually at that point, you would have to get wild with them. You have to, back that as well. I actually have a similar story that a similar story that I also use to get out of certain situations, but it always had to resort into me beating them up regardless. Though I'm not saying you have to always have to fight them, but I'm saying is that like some people are too damn ignorant. They're like man childs basically, and that's pretty sad honestly. And the funny part is, it'd be like grown men in their late 20s going into their 30s, or just older men in general. I've always take older people with a grain of salt. Now I'm 20. Now I'm older myself, but I don't do what many older people does. I try to keep an open mind, and I'm trying to understand the situation first, and trying to assess, trying to put myself in their shoes and be like, hey, what can I do better if I was in their situation, or what can I do if you was in their situation? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, including many adults and parents, tend to forget that children, especially younger people, children's, or anybody in general, we're all humans at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Just because someone gets mad, someone cries, this and that, it's the same expressions that you can give as well. We're humans, we're mammals. You know what I'm saying? We're not robots. And if you have to sit here and openly admit that your child is some sort of robot, there is something wrong with you. There is absolutely something wrong with you, and you, my friend, you, ma'am, sir, I don't care who you are, you got some issues, a literal fucking issues. Because many folks many folks will always try to raise their kids to become like this ideal robot, and I don't know, it's pretty stupid, but just a little quick short video. Just want to just kind of educate you guys on what I've learned so far. Next time, I'm gonna bring the book itself, and I'm gonna really go real deep into this stuff, man. Trust me, you guys are gonna love it. And if you want, the book is called um, Dark Manipulation. You can look it up on the internet, but it has a picture of like a hand, and each hand's like a little string, and each string represents something. There's a globe, there's a heart, there's a money, there's a dice, and I believe there's one more. I can't think off the top of my head, but it's a real good book. It goes very deep. It talks more about manipulations. It talks about analyzations. It talks about um, EPM. That's a whole completely different thing though. And I also want to talk about eye analyzations as well. That's a real deep one. But I definitely want to come out here and kind of give you a little bit of education, kind of educate you guys a little bit. I know this wasn't like a full deep guide or anything like that. I mean, this was my first attempt though. So let me know, of course, if you have any suggestions, anything else. Of course, you can always share the video, spread the word if you want to. If you want, you can always like it. That's pretty much about it. I'm not gonna be super cringe about it, like and subscribing and all kinds of nonsense. Like, come on. But see ya.